Good evening and welcome to Mega TV News. My name is Nade Gugu. We begin tonight with major stories making headlines both locally and internationally. Moving on to the major headlines, stay with us. Ghana ready to become Africa's AI hub, Sam George. In business, NPA bill to introduce major reforms in petroleum pricing structure. And on the international front, NATO says no provision to expel members after reports US could seek to suspend Spain. The news is also live on all our social media platforms at MBN 360. We have details of these stories and more. Now the news in details. President John Dramani Mahama has today launched Ghana's National Artificial Agency Strategy, a major step towards transforming the country's digital economy.
The strategy is expected to position Ghana as a leader in artificial intelligence development in Africa, while improving service delivery and driving innovation across key sectors. The National AI Strategy, unveiled in Accra, provides a comprehensive roadmap for integrating artificial intelligence into Ghana's economy, with focus on agriculture, healthcare, education, and finance. Government says the initiative will modernize public services, boost productivity, and create new opportunities for businesses and young people. The launch follows cabinet approval of the policy framework and includes a $250 million investment in a national AI computing center to support research and innovation. Officials say the strategy will also focus on building digital skills, strengthening data governance, and promoting ethical use of artificial intelligence. Authorities believe the initiative will not only improve efficiency in governance, but also position Ghana as a competitive player in the global digital economy. Ghana joins a growing number of countries investing in artificial intelligence as a tool for economic growth and development.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this strategy does more than sets policy direction. It issues a national call to action. It calls on government to lead responsibly. It calls on academia to innovate boldly. It calls on the private sector to invest with confidence. It calls on our youth to prepare with urgency. And it calls on all of us to work together to ensure that AI becomes a force for inclusion, productivity, creativity, and national progress. Let us therefore move forward with confidence, with discipline, and with ambition. Let us build an AI future that is not imported, but is shaped by our own values. Let us deploy innovation not for its own sake, but in the service of our people. And let us ensure that in this new technological age, Ghana leads with vision, purpose, and responsibility. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, at this juncture, it's now my singular honor and privilege to officially declare the National Artificial Intelligence Strategy of Ghana duly launched.
So he's displaying for the very first time the National AI Strategy. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip.
The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, has cautioned that artificial intelligence, which is the AI, could deepen inequality and undermine democratic values if not properly regulated. According to him, while Ghana is taking steps to promote the use of AI, a lack of moral grounding could exacerbate social challenges. Speaking at the launch of the National Artificial Intelligence Strategy on Friday, April 24th, Mr. Bagbin said that although AI presents significant opportunities for economic growth and innovation, it also carries serious risks if left unchecked.
Artificial intelligence can unlock productivity, improve public service delivery, enhance scientific discovery, and expand economic opportunity. At the same time, if left unchecked or poorly governed, it can deepen inequality, weaken social trust, threaten privacy, and marginalize the most vulnerable among us.
He stressed the importance of ethical oversight in the development and deployment of AI technologies.
It is therefore not enough to be technologically advanced. We must also be morally grounded. It is our constitutional and ethical obligation to ensure that AI is developed and deployed in a manner that uplifts the Ghanaian spirit, protects human dignity, safeguards our democracy, and expands opportunity for all.
The speaker noted that the newly launched national strategy should be seen as more than a technical framework. The National Artificial Intelligence Strategy must be understood within the proud tradition. It is not merely a technical roadmap, it is a social contract, he said. Bagbin further emphasized that technological advancements must be inclusive and should not come at the expense of valuable groups.
Technology progress must never come at the expense of human progress. Development must not exclude rural communities. Innovation must not silence the youth, the elderly, or persons living with disabilities. Growth.
The strategy is expected to guide Ghana's approach to AI development, balancing innovation with ethical and social considerations. The Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam Nartey George, has declared that Ghana is positioning itself to become Africa's leading hub for artificial intelligence, which is the AI.
The minister made this known at the official launch of Ghana's national AI strategy on Friday, April 24th, an initiative aimed at providing a comprehensive framework to guide the development, deployment, and regulation of AI systems across key sectors of the economy. The strategy is expected to outline policies that will drive innovation while ensuring ethical standards, data protection, and inclusive access to technology. Addressing stakeholders at the event, Sam George emphasized the need for strong collaboration between government institutions, private sector players, academia, and the general public to fully realize Ghana's AI ambitions. The minister highlighted that artificial intelligence is no longer a futuristic concept, but a present-day tool transforming industries such as healthcare, education, agriculture, finance, and governance. I trust that the judiciary will guide our ethical and legal application of artificial intelligence. Ghana stands capable and ready of leading and becoming Africa's AI hub by strengthening collaboration between government, industry, academia, and citizens. We will build a Ghana that owns its future in the age of intelligence.
I trust that the judiciary will guide our ethical and legal application of artificial intelligence. Ghana stands ready and capable of leading and becoming Africa's AI hub by strengthening collaboration between government, industry, academia, and citizens. We will build a Ghana that owns its future in the age of intelligence.
Artificial intelligence involves the development of computer systems capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence, including learning, problem-solving, decision-making, and language understanding. Across the globe, AI is being deployed to improve efficiency, enhance productivity, and unlock new economic opportunities. The National AI Strategy is expected to prioritize capacity building by promoting STEM education, supporting research institutions, and encouraging innovation hubs to develop local solutions tailored to Ghana's unique needs.
Moving on, the President, John Dramani Mahama, has affirmed his commitment to ensuring the timely completion of the La General Hospital project, assuring Ghanaians that every necessary effort will be made to deliver the facility for public use.
During a working visit to the project site on Friday, April 24th, Mahama took time to inspect the current state of work and engage with officials overseeing the reconstruction. The visit forms part of a broader effort by the government to revive stalled infrastructure projects, particularly in the health and road sectors, where demand continues to rise due to rapid urbanization. Addressing the media at the project site, President Mahama stressed the critical importance of completing the hospital to meet the growing healthcare needs of residents in the capital and surrounding communities. The reconstruction project, estimated at 50 million euros, is expected to deliver a modern healthcare facility equipped with advanced medical technology and expanded capacity to serve thousands of patients annually. Once completed, the hospital is projected to significantly ease the burden on existing facilities while improving access to essential medical services. Authorities have indicated that the project is now back on track with a revised timeline targeting completion in 2027.
Also, the Public Service Regulatory and Compliance Commission, PCSRC, in collaboration with the Police Motor Traffic and Transport Department, MTTD, is currently carrying out an ongoing enforcement exercise against commercial motorbike riders and delivery service operators.
The operation, which is underway in parts of the capital and other key locations, forms part of effort to ensure strict compliance with regulations governing the sector and to enhance safety, discipline, and accountability on the roads. At various checkpoints, enforcement teams are stopping motorcycles for inspection of registration documents and rider identification. Riders found without valid documentation are being removed from active operation, while some motorcycles are being impounded in accordance with regulatory procedures. Authorities say the exercise follows the expiration of a registration deadline set for March 31st, 2026, after a long period of public sensitization and opportunities for operators to regularize their status. Some riders affected by the ongoing operation have expressed concern, citing delays in processing their registration documents.
The way you can register back insurance can root like you. I cannot nothing, you know. I can't be. Go again, I can register most hopeful and once. She got them again in Shekule here. From one fete, much from one fete to Mababi Mukafone in office.
However, enforcement officials maintain that the deadline was well communicated and that compliance is now mandatory. A PRO of the PCSRC has described the exercise as a necessary step to ensure enforcement of regulations within the sector, stressing that no further extension will be granted.
The total number that we have is just under 1,500.
Okay.
And that is not good at all. That tells us that many of the delivery people who are providing things to us are very capable of running away with the items because they are not regulated by the commission, and also that they don't even know how to carry these items to us. Is it food? Is it drugs that you're purchasing? Who is it that is bringing it to you? You need to have a professional doing this for you. So we encourage those operators not to wait for us to get them on the streets, but they should come to the commission.
The police MTTD says it is supporting the operation to ensure road discipline and smooth enforcement, adding that only duly registered riders will be allowed to operate. The enforcement exercise is expected to continue in phases across the country in the coming days as authorities intensify efforts to achieve full compliance. Operators who have not yet registered are being urged to do so immediately to avoid sanctions, including fines, prosecution, and impoundment of motorcycles.
We'll go for a break. We'll be back with business. Stay with us. In the world of business, a new National Petroleum Authority (NPA) bill yet to be laid before Parliament and expecting to introduce major reforms to petroleum pricing and funding structures. NPA Chief Executive Officer Eduji Temaklo disclosed the proposal while outlining ongoing stakeholder consultations on the draft legislation, which is described as part of efforts to streamline petroleum levies and improve efficiency in the downstream sector. According to him, The bill also seeks to merge existing funding mechanisms into new consolidated structures to improve transparency and cost recovery in the industry. The UPPF, Unified Petroleum Pricing Fund, and the Primary Distribution Margin, PDM, currently serve as separate components used to absorb costs associated with fuel distribution and logistics in the downstream petroleum sector. Mr. Temaklo said under the proposed reforms, these funds will be merged to improve coordination and ensure more efficiency management of petroleum pricing structures.
Over the period, the authority for the past 20 years plus has been implementing the UPPF as a subsidy mechanism in order that the true impact of freight costs is not transferred to our people. So that is a major thing that the authority supervises. I've noticed that in the new MPA, the bill, I usually call it the NAPO bill, he together with my brother Collins put that bill together. It tries to bring two things together, the UPPF and the PDM. PDM simply means the depot-to-depot transfer. It also comes with a cost. We absorb that cost through the PDM, that's the primary distribution margin. Now, the bill that will be laid before Parliament soon after consultation tries to commingle both the PDM and the UPPF in now what is called the distribution fund. Then the boss margin, among others, will go into what is now known as the infrastructure fund. So the bill that is under consideration in terms of stakeholder engagement will now be establishing these two funds.
We'll go for a break. We'll be back with sports. Stay tuned. In the world of sports, Carlos Queiroz has stepped Ghana to become a country of champions, following his unveiling as coach of the Ghana national football team. Queiroz was officially presented to the public on Thursday, April 23rd, having been hired for the next 4 months until after the World Cup. The experienced coach, who has less than 50 days until the global showpiece, expects with stabilizing the team after 4 successive defeats under his predecessor, Otu Ado. Ghana have been drawn in Group L for the World Cup, where they will face England, Croatia, and Panama. The Black Stars are aiming to reach the knockout phase for the first time since their historic run in 2010.
No doubt, it is a country of footballers. I believe that the day Ghana will be able to manage the present and the future in this way that I said, this country will be not only a country of footballers, it will be a country of champions.
We'll go for a break. Up next is entertainment. In the world of entertainment, the widow of the late Ghanaian music icon Charles Kojo Fosu, popularly known as Daddy Lumba, Priscilla Ofori, also known as Odobroni, has filed a 10 million Ghana cedis defamation lawsuit against TikToker Cindy Emma Humsin, widely known as Queen Emma, a member of Team Legal Wives. The suit was filed at the High Court of Justice, General Jurisdiction, in Accra on April 20th, 2026. Court documents obtained by allege that Odobroni and her 6 children have been subjected to sustained cyberbullying and what is described as a coordinated online campaign of harassment involving the defendants and associates. The statements of claim allege that the defendants used a TikTok platform to publish what is described as vile and vituperative falsehoods, including claims that Odobroni bribed the judge to influence a previous court case relating to her late husband's funeral rites. It further said that Queen Emma accused Odobroni of infidelity, alleging extramarital affairs and questioning the paternity of her children, while also calling for DNA testing. The right also claims that the defendants allege that Odobroni strangled her late husband to death and used derogatory expressions such as Opriga, restless animal, and Odobronsam, precious devil. Odobroni, through her lawyers and Cardinal Law Group, is seeking a court order compelling the defendants to issue an unreserved apology and retract the alleged defamatory statements. We'll go for a break. We'll be back with the international news. Stay tuned. On the international front, NATO says there is no provision for member states to be suspended or expelled from the military alliance after reports said the US could seek to suspend Spain over its Iran war stance. Reuters quoted a US official who said an internal Pentagon email has suggested measures for the US to punish alliance believed had failed to support its campaign. The email also suggested reviewing the US position on the UK claims to the Falkland Islands in the South Atlantic, which are also claimed by Argentina. A NATO official told the BBC that the organization founding treaty does not foresee any provision for suspension of NATO membership or expulsion. Spain's leader has also dismissed the report. The BBC has contacted the Pentagon and UK governments for comment. Donald Trump has repeatedly criticized NATO alliances for their reluctance to play a greater role after the US and Israel attacked Iran in late February and Iran subsequently restricts shipping through the key Strait of Hormuz route. Spain has refused to allow the use of air bases on the territory for attacks on Iran. The US has 2 military bases in Spain, Naval Station Ruta and Maron Air Base. Sanchez added that Spain supported full cooperation with its alliance, but always within the framework of international law. Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has insisted that greater involvement in the war or the current US blockade of Iran's port is not in the UK's interest. The UK has allowed the US to use British bases to launch strikes on Iranian sites targeting the Strait of Hormuz, and RAF planes have taken part in missions to shoot down Iranian drones. And that's the 6 p.m. news. Here are the story-making headlines. Ghana ready to become Africa's AI hub, Sam George. In business, NPA bill to introduce major reforms in petroleum pricing structure. And on the international front, NATO says no provision to expel members after reports US could seek to suspend Spain. My name is Naadede Gogu. See you same time next week and have a good evening.